U.S. President Donald Trump said on Saturday the United States will run Venezuela after the U.S. military raided the country and captured Venezuelan President Nicolás Maduro and his wife. "We are going to run the country until such time as we can do a safe, proper and judicious transition," Trump said at a press conference at his Mar-a-Lago private club in Florida.
"We're going to run the country until such time as we can do a safe, proper and judicious transition." So we don't want to be involved with having somebody else get in and we have the same situation that we had for the last long period of years. And we are ready to stage a second and much larger attack if we need to do so. So we were prepared to do a second wave if we needed to do so. We actually assumed that a second wave would be necessary, but now it's probably not.
He later said top U.S. officials, including Secretary of State Marco Rubio and Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth, would work with a team to help run Venezuela. Trump refused to rule out the possibility of further U.S. military involvement. "We are not afraid of boots on the ground," he said. Dan Cain, chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, said at the press conference that the U.S. troops will remain in the region following large-scale strikes on Venezuela and the capture of Maduro. Asked about a possible U.S. military presence in Venezuela during the transition period, Trump said, "No, we are going to have a presence in Venezuela as it pertains to oil because we are sending our expertise. You may need something, not very much." Trump said he plans to authorize U.S. oil giants to take over and invest in Venezuela's energy infrastructure and start making money for the country, adding that the embargo on all Venezuelan oil remains in full effect. Very importantly, the embargo on all Venezuelan oil remains in full effect. The American Armada remains poised in position, and the United States retains all military options until the United States' demands have been fully met and fully satisfied, said Trump. "We are going to be taking out a tremendous amount of wealth out of the ground. That wealth is going to the people of Venezuela and people from outside of Venezuela that used to be in Venezuela," Trump claimed. "It equally goes to the United States of America in the form of reimbursement for the damages caused by that country." By raiding Maduro and launching months of military pressure campaign, Trump said his administration has superseded the Monroe Doctrine laid out in the early 19th century. A number of "No War on Venezuela" protests are planned for Washington, D.C., Chicago, New York, and other cities across the United States later on Saturday. The latest U.S. strikes on Venezuela and its capture of Maduro have drawn worldwide condemnation and concern. Shortly after the strike started, the Venezuelan government denounced the military aggression by the United States, adding that the strike targeted civilian and military sites in at least 4 states of the country. UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres was deeply alarmed by the U.S. military actions, his spokesperson said in a statement. The Secretary General continues to emphasize the importance of full respect by all of international law, including the UN Charter. He is deeply concerned that the rules of international law have not been respected, said the statement issued by spokesperson Stefan Dujarric.